thermometer on a shake table where he does vibration tests. So they do these vibration tests because they need to withstand loads such as they experienced during launch, and to withstand those. And then here we see Kim Smith. She's looking at our optics in the lab there, doing some alignment of the optics. And there is our pod, or our payload optical deck, in which you see our cameras, our instrument suite of cameras. And from there you see the images that come from those cameras. There's a shot from our near-infrared 2 camera. And we go over there, the more colorful images are from our mid-infrared 2 camera. You get thermal images there. So here was a glorious day when we actually wrapped up the LCROSS science instruments and put them on a panel. So that panel was actually supplied from Northrop Grumman. We attached it to that, and then we trucked it down to Los Angeles to Northrop Grumman. So the great thing about that, it made ease for INT, or integration and test, to actually go very well. So you see one of those panels actually being integrated up on the LCROSS spacecraft itself. Actually goes up very easily there. And here is one look at our spacecraft being put together there. There's the MLI, or that multi-layer installation I was talking about. There is a thruster boom connected to the side, and there's a solar array hanging down from that dolly, as you see right there. There's one last look at LCROSS as it's being lifted over and put on top of an adapter ring. So now we're in Florida, and we actually see the booster, or the lower stage, being trucked out to Space Launch Complex 41. And that booster is now actually being raised up into what they call the VIF, or the Vertical Integration Facility. And here is a look at the Centaur, or the upper stage of the booster. We're going to actually impact into the surface of the moon. And so they've trucked that out to the VIF there, and they're beginning to actually lift that up. This is where they actually stack the rocket, where this is where they'll put that on top of the lower stage there. So that building itself is about 300 feet high. Here we are at the Astrotech facilities, and you'll take a look here. There's LRO, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, there in silver, stacked on top of LCROSS in gold there on the bottom. And this was one last look of the LRO LCROSS stack before the payload fairing doors were shut and encapsulated. And then this was also trucked over to the VIF, the Vertical Integration Facility, where it was lifted high up into that structure and then placed down upon that Centaur and connected there. So here's what we call rollout to the pad here. That whole structure right there, that whole system is being rolled out to the launch pad. That's the Atlas V there. And here we are on the launch pad itself, and you'll note those lightning suppression towers there. There are 4 of them are on the side. And there we have liftoff of the Atlas V launch vehicle carrying LRO and LCROSS as NASA returns to the moon.
Perfect launch.
It was a beautiful day there.
For a launch, wasn't it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And so you actually get a look at the camera looking down the booster there, and you'll see ice actually falling off there, and that ice formed during the fueling phase. And that's what I talked about earlier when I talked about baking that ice off as we take it there and stuff. So it was a beautiful day, a day I'll never forget.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. So John, let me ask you, how quickly was the LCROSS mission developed, and what was your philosophy for the design process?
Sure. LCROSS was awarded authority to proceed in April 2006, and we were essentially 1 year behind LRO in development from the start, but we still had to get to the